Alright guys, so the next Extreme Z area is here. Now, I know that there's still a lot of people who don't like these events. Now that the second one has arrived, we do have some more info, really, about how these are going to work, right? The number one thing I will say, though, is that global players being months behind for this is a huge, huge advantage for this type of event. Because JP players, right, the event drops, and then we find out what units we can use. We have no idea what we're able to use going into it, right? So, like, a bunch of these units, for example, this first one I've got right here, this Trunks is a unit you could use in there, right? If you're on global, you could potentially put some, maybe some orbs into him. Maybe you don't have him at SA10. Maybe you don't even have him awakened and stuff like that. Well, you're probably going to have months to get this done before, he's actually going to come out. Wait, where is... I want to find... this one. Here he is. Okay, so this is the actual Trunks himself who's going to get his EZA. So here it is, October 10th, he's getting his EZA on JP. I would imagine Global will get this in either December or January. I think one of those 2 months is about when Global is going to get the future Gohan Dokkan Fest and this Extreme Z area event. So Global players have multiple months to prepare some of these units ahead of time, whereas JP players, you've only got... Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't want to make it too big of a sob story for JP players because y'all do have, nearly 4 weeks, basically. So, because it goes away on the 5th of November, does it not? Here, let me double check here. No, no, psych, never mind. I was thinking of the LR Vegito Blue campaign. This goes away in 11 days. All right, that's a huge... There's a big difference between 4 weeks and 11 days. But a lot of the units you do have to use in this event are brand new. They're easily farmable. I was telling people to farm them because they were probably going to be necessary for this event like a full 10 days ago anyway. We got all that down, right? So, okay. The other thing, too, I do want to add is I know people don't like that it costs stamina. People don't like that it doesn't give 30 stones. But it's like, this is a different type of event. That's the point. This is a completely new type of event that they're just starting, this Extreme Z area. Even though a unit is EZAing from this event, this is not a traditional EZA. And just because they now have the Extreme Z area event does not mean that the normal EZAs are nerfed in any way, because they're not. The Blue Kaioken Goku EZA is out, full rewards. The Grand Kais, the orbs, the 30 stones, all there. Plus, that Blue Kaioken Goku's maybe the second best CWR in the game or something like that, right? He's insane. Then we also go to... Then we also have the Super Saiyan 3 Tech Gotenks EZA, which is returning, which is giving us 2 new EZAs of old Super Saiyan Gotenks units. So, like, we're getting 4 EZA units at one time. One of them is an Extreme Z area unit. This is just, like, a new type of, like, I think, fun event. Like, it makes some of these characters, like, be real with me. How many of y'all use this guy a lot? Go ahead, tell me. Like, is this a character y'all frequently use on teams? How about this guy? Do y'all frequently use this guy? Like, they're actually giving other characters some point in being used. Now, I know that, like, in particular, these 2 Trunkses are summonable, right? But, let's go ahead and take a look at when they came out, shall we? Okay, so June 15th, 2015. Okay, so this Trunks has been around for quite a while. And then let's take a look at this Trunks. I don't think he came out on the same day. I think he came out later. November 1st, 2015, this Trunks came out. So it's not like these are brand new, summonable SSRs. These guys are old-ass units that, really, if you've been playing for, I don't know, 400 days, 500 days, there's a decent chance you've pulled them. Now, yes, the top comment on this video is going to be truth. I've played 1,000 days and I've never pulled either. Yes, there of course are going to be people like that, but that's very, very uncommon. And what's a lot more likely is that people have pulled these Trunkses, but they bobbed them. You never, ever, ever again want to Baba an SSR until that unit is SA10 and fully duped out. I'm telling y'all, it's so easy to get the resources for the reverse medals and stuff like that. I'm pleading with y'all to be smarter with how you guys operate sometimes in this game. Like, I know it's, a free-to-play grindy game, but, like, y'all get what I'm saying. Okay, so I did go ahead, so there's 2 stages, just like the Goku and Gohan and Vegeta and Trunks one. I went ahead and did it just to see what typings the character was. This Trunks is the boss of both stages. So both stages, the boss is an INT type unit. So you do want to line up yourself with as many physical type units as possible. The event is set up in the exact same way where, you go on the left path, and you can get these medals. You go down the right path, you get those medals for Z-Hard. Then on the super stage, the left path gets you the gold and the right path gets you the rainbow, right? Exactly the same. This Trunks, of course, is very, very good after he gets his EZA. Definitely worth it. I don't like him as much as Vegeta and Trunks and Goku and Gohan, but this guy is a very solid addition to what a lot of free-to-play players. Like, here's the thing. You guys are always telling me how difficult Battlefield is. I mean, this guy's going to be good for Battlefield. He's a strong unit. He's got Fierce Battle. He has Prepare for Battle. He's going to get 100% attack and defense. He's a free-to-play unit, so he's easy to rainbow. You get his EZA. Like, this is the type of thing that would be good for Dokkan Battlefield. I'm telling y'all. Like y'all want to make sure to get this done. The only friend you can use is the physical free-to-play Super Saiyan Gohan. Hardly an issue. We'll go over it in a second. So, okay. Let's start by looking at the 4 units that are required, right? So you have to use this Trunks when you're starting out the event. He's going to have 70% attack. As you slowly EZA him, obviously he will get stronger and stronger and stronger, and he'll be a lot more formidable in this event, right? Capable of doing damage and stuff like that. He does have, like, Prepared for Battle and Dismal Future, so he's going to link up really well with this future Gohan right here. Now, this is the unit you want to use as your leader. I have every single unit pulled up that you're able to use it for this event, by the way. This is the leader unit you're using. Now, I can hear people, oh my, 2 key and 30% of stats. Dude, I'm telling y'all, once you go into the event, this Trunks hits like a feather. He can't even hurt. Like, the difference between this one and the last Extreme Z area event is that these free-to-play units are just much better than the ones we were using in the Extreme Z area event outside of Goku and Gohan and Vegeta and Trunks themselves, right? Like, the Android 18 wasn't the best for the event. She was helpful because she lowered attack. And then the Yardrat Goku also was not the best for it. I mean, his counters are okay. He could do decent damage with crits and stuff, but I feel like these free-to-play units, it's much, much easier to dominate this event with these free-to-play units the way we've got them right here, right? So this Gohan's going to be fine. He's not going to get, like, the second part of his passive or the guaranteed crit. He's going to have 70% attack and defense, plus he's going to have 1 turn of the attack and defensive raise. But he's good enough. This is fine as a leader for the team. You'll be able to get the job done with him. The only real issue with this Gohan I have is that because he's only an SSR, he does not have Shattering the Limit or Fierce Battle, which, so he's not going to share that link with any of these other units. Let me grab all the free-to-play units first, because these 4 right here, you have to have these 4 done, but really there's no excuse. Oh, the other thing, too, I need to point out is, in order to even challenge this event, you do have to have, here, I'll just go to the Dokkan Wiki for this, you do have to have every stage done of the revamp for this event right here. You have to have all of this done. All of this revamp right here, you have to get all of these stages done in order to challenge this event. Again, it's not really a big deal because, it's free. So, like, everyone should go through every stage anyway because it's a free stone, especially if you're a free-to-play player, right? Grinding up these new units is not bad at all either because there is a category bonus. It's very common that, you get 4 copies of one of these units, especially Future Gohan and Trunks. I found that their drop rates were insane. The androids' drop rates appeared to be a little bit worse than the 2 Saiyans, but it's not that bad. Like, this is such an easy grind with the category drop rate bonus. I'm telling y'all, like, to rainbow these guys, it's going to take, like, 2 bars of stamina at most. Like, we've had 3 weeks to get them done. Again, I've been telling people for, like, 10 days now, grind these units up, but don't put orbs into them. Wait and see if they are required. Well, they are required, so I do think 17 and 18 are definitely worthy of being rainbowed. Future Gohan, probably not so much. And then Trunks, the Trunks as well. But you can just rock this Future Gohan as your leader, 0% in the potential system. And he still has type advantage, so he's still going to be good defensively. So you don't want to put orbs into this guy. He's definitely not worth it. But the other 3 free-to-play units, this guy, 17 and 18, you do. Now, 17 has type disadvantage, but it's not really going to be a big deal. So I'm always complaining about how the two androids, 17 and 18, like almost every version of these cards, they have so many worthless key links just thrown in here. Like they're so overdone with key links and it's completely pointless. Well, we finally have an event where it's not pointless because if they're linked up together, they auto super. The other thing, by the way, if you have them on rotation together, they will one turn this Trunks because they have a guaranteed additional super attack when fighting a hybrid Saiyan. Both of them have that, and both of them will activate that. So no matter what, they're going to auto super at least one time. They stack attack and defense, so they're going to be fine defensively. 17, potentially could take a little bit of damage because he does have type disadvantage, but he also has this medium chance of getting a crit here. So, this 17 could easily get crits and stuff like that with future 18 in the rotation. And then 18 has that chance of evading if you got future 17 in the rotation. So, this is just like painfully easy. I've already seen screenshots of Twitter of people beating it with just these 4 units. You don't need anything else. Just these 4. These free-to-play units are so strong this time around, and they're so easy to get. I mean, there's literally just no excuse at all this time. Like, the last one, the units were a little bit more difficult to get and stuff like that. This time, like, no, they're just way better. It's way easier. No difficulty whatsoever. So you could use this Super Trunks right here. I don't recommend it. He's not, I don't think he's worth the slot, because he's STR, 70% attack at the start of turn is fine, but this guy's going to be a lot better for you because he's a physical type unit, so he'll have type advantage in both stages, which is really going to give him the advantage here that will make him strong defensively. You probably don't even need to give this guy orbs, but if you want to, it's going to make it go way, way easier, right? But just the fact that he is type advantaged is going to save you from a lot of damage. So, like, really the strategy here, I think, is to probably let the future androids handle Trunks and then, like, maybe build the rest of the team defensively and stuff like that. Like, I feel like this Trunks is who you want to go with, right? We don't need to worry about this Trunks. You're kind of, like, fodder level, really, because of the other one. This guy, probably not a unit you want to use. I mean, he is a support type unit. You could use him. Here's the thing. This guy is way, way, way harder to rainbow than all the other units here. Super Strike units are very difficult to rainbow, very difficult to put orbs and stuff into. They just threw this guy in here, I guess, to help people out. But, like, I mean, his passive's not horrible, but he would be a lot more useful if he was giving Ki. But his stats are super low. Obviously, he's a Super Strike unit. And it's such a grind to rainbow him compared to, like, one of these guys. Is way easier to rainbow than this guy. And you need World Tournament medals in order to even rainbow him, right? Because you're going to need to have 7 of the Turtle and 7 of those Bulma medals. Like, that's a real pain for a lot of players. So, this is not really an option, I don't think. So we'll get rid of him. Okay, this one. So next we have LR Prime Battle Cell. Now, LR Prime Battle Cell, obviously, is going to be very, very good here. Here's the thing with him. He is type disadvantaged, but he's insanely good. So you can go ahead and rock him. He definitely would struggle with Ki a little bit. Personally, I built mine full additional. So, like, I did do a test run just to see what typings the enemies were. And my Cell was, like, getting the additional super a lot. Every time he supers, he builds up Ki. The other thing, too, is if he does super attack, you're healing. If you get his 18 Ki super attack, you're lowering attack and defense. This Cell is definitely going to be good here. So if you did grind him up, that's great. Global players, again, I think it's probably likely that Global will get this guy in December. And then probably Future Gohan in January. I think that would be the most likely. Like, they potentially could do something like bring out Piccolo next, like in a couple weeks for Global, and then, like, Future Gohan drops in December. But I think it's much more likely that Piccolo and LR First Form Cell here come in December, and then the Gohan, the future Gohan, and this Extreme Z area come in January. So global players, make sure you get this guy done when he drops. It's so the free-to-play units these days are just so strong. It's so easy to get it done, right? So I would actually recommend using this guy, by the way. And then the final unit you could use is this guy. So in case you are not aware, this cell right here is a summonable SR that does awaken with medals from the Cell Dokkan Fest event. So, you know, he becomes this. Honestly, he is a bit old. Yeah, he came out December of 2016, so he came out with the SCR Cell Dokkan Fest event. I don't really recommend this guy because, of course, he is type disadvantaged. I mean, you could either use him or the LR, and it's like, obviously, the LR is far superior. This guy does heal when you hit, but unless you've got crits and the crits are going to go off, it's not going to be very helpful. So, same thing with this guy. In order to rainbow this guy, you're going to need to have pulled 5 copies of this SR, which isn't that bad. He's a summonable SR, right? But then you're going to have a lot of medals from that Cell event in order to awaken him. You know, I'm sure a lot of players have not grinded up that many Cell medals to rainbow this first form Cell. So this first form Cell, this Super Strike Trunks, and then this Super Trunks right here, I would kind of consider them fodder. Maybe if you've already got some of these guys rainbowed or, you know, SA10 or something like that, they probably could work for you, especially this Super Trunks and this Trunks. You probably want to avoid this first form Cell, though. So here is the team that I do think everyone should be running. You go Future Gohan as your leader. You got this Trunks. You've got the 2 future androids. Then you have this Super Trunks for defense, and then you have this LR Cell. This is ridiculously easy. It costs stamina, but it's only like it's like 10 runs or something like that, like of each stage. Like it's such a gross exaggeration that it costs stamina. You know what else is gonna cost stamina? Here, let me show y'all what else is gonna cost stamina. Let's go to upcoming cards for a second. You know what else costs stamina? Easy-aing both of these Gotenkses. I bet y'all asses nobody is going to be complaining about using stamina to easy-a this Gotenks, because in order to get the Tech Gotenks medals again, going back through those stages does require stamina. No one's complaining about this guy needing stamina, and there's no extra rewards for getting him either. There's no stones, there's no orbs, there's no Grand Kais for getting this guy easy-a'd. You just have to go use stamina, get the medals, and you can easy-a him. So I don't personally like the argument of having to use stamina for this event. Plus, it's something it's going to come back, right? So there we go, guys. I do think this unit is worthy of like doing all this, preparing for getting the EZA done. Again, this is the type of unit that will help you a lot, I think, in Dokkan Battlefield. There are difficult bosses in there, like the super boss Jiren, for example, which Global has not gotten to yet. This guy would actually be helpful against that Jiren, because that Jiren can have his attack lowered. So Trunks has 100% defense, and he can lower attack. So he would actually be helpful against that Dokkan Battlefield Super Boss Jiren. And I presume this guy will be out on Global before Jiren will come. So, if you're a Global player, especially, you want to get this guy done. JP has already, we've already had Jiren. Wait, no. Jiren is tech right now, actually, on JP, now that I think about it. Okay. So I might do a video taking this guy against Jiren then. Yeah, that probably would be a good idea to see how well he'd handle against the attacks and how well the lowering attack is going to do. So there we go. There's me breaking down all the details of the Extreme Z area event. I'm probably going to do another video. We'll probably do some runs on it later just to show how ridiculously easy it is. It's so stupid. It's really the easiest thing in the world. And like these units, they're so good. Like, it's so easy. Like, y'all are gonna see, if you get the androids on turn 1, like, you win on turn 1. Remember how that SCR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan could one-shot the Extreme Z area? Well, I mean, the future androids are basically gonna be able to do the same thing, and you don't need to easy-a them or anything, so, keep that in mind. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.